But he says in verse 15 of the same chapter, and it shall be, if you do not obey the voice of Ahijah your Elohim, to guard, to do all his commandments and his laws, which you are commanded today, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. And if you go down and read through the chapter, or chapter 28 of Deuteronomy, you will find that many curses explained to be going to happen to the children of Israel if they were to disobey the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, Ahijah our Father. Now, I know that you are not familiar with the name that we're speaking to you, the name of the Most High our Father. You think the name is Lord and Lord God, and so forth. This is the rendition of the King James Bible that you have. But actually, the name I'm speaking to you is the name of the Most High that He gave to me Himself. Because, like you, I once did not recognize that I was an Israelite. And as I came up in the churches, like you, and kept studying and searching for the Most High, He began to reveal Himself to me in a marked way and to explain to me by His Spirit that I was indeed from the tribe of Benjamin, the children of Israel. And so He began to open this understanding to me and to cause me to be able to find that there were others who were scattered in the Americas, that is, North America, South America, and throughout the Caribbean, as we have been saying to you, that are the children of Israel, and many more of them have been coming to this understanding, so that we have been able to begin to link up with one another and to help one another more to the understanding what it is in these scriptures that the Most High wants us to know. And so, the Most High says to the children of Israel in Deuteronomy chapter 28, you shall serve your enemies. In fact, let's go to verse 68 of this chapter. He says, if you are disobedient and would not keep the commandments of the Most High, in verse 68, he says, Ahijah shall bring you back to Egypt in ships, by the way of which I said to you, you are never to see it again. You remember when Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt, and he gave them a word to say that stand still and see the salvation of the Most High, because the Egyptians that you're seeing now, you're not going to see them anymore forever, because you know that the Father parted the Red Sea, the Sea of Reeds, and caused Moses and the children of Israel to go through the Red Sea as though it was dry land. And then when the Egyptians saw that, they thought that they could go through the sea too and destroy the children of Israel. But the Father made the Red Sea to come back together again and destroyed Pharaoh and all the Egyptians. I know you know the familiar song about the children of Israel coming through the Red Sea and Pharaoh and all his hosts being drowned there. And so He saved the children of Israel. But He said that if you were going to be disobedient to me, you're going to be brought back to Egypt again. But when you're going to go back into Egypt, you're going this time in ships. Now, if you were to take a map and look for the land of Israel, you will find that the land of Israel is in a position as a land bridge between the continents of Africa and Asia. That's where Israel, the land of Israel, is situated. You get your map and you look at it now. In other words, the whole land of Africa and Asia were joined together. And the plot that the Father gave to the children of Israel was just a plot of land between Asia and Africa. So there was no separation. There was no need for them to go into Egypt in ship. They could walk there. Alright? In fact, we are told that the journey from Egypt into Israel to where the Father was going to take them through Moses was supposed to be an 11-day journey. But because the children of Israel was rebellious in the wilderness, the Father caused them to wander around in the wilderness for 40 years and stripped them. He killed out all that crowd of the old people, the older part of the nation, destroyed them in the wilderness for their disobedience, and let the children, the smaller children that came up last, He let them go into the land to inhabit the land of Canaan with Joshua, and Caleb. You know the story. So the Most High says, you're going to go back to Egypt in ships. I said to you, you would never see it again, but you're going back for sure in ships. And when you get there, this is what's going to happen to you. And you shall be sold to your enemies. Listen to me very carefully. He said you are being sold to your enemies as male and female slaves, but no one to buy. In other words, no one to save you from the slavery. No one to deliver you from the slavery. All right? Let's look at verse 48 of the same chapter. The Most High says, in slavery, and you shall serve your enemies, whom a hire sends against you. You will serve them in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in need of all. And he, that is the enemy, shall put a yoke of iron on your neck, until he has destroyed you. Now this is a prophecy of the children of Israel. Remember I told you that 3 tribes came out lastly. The tribes that were belonging to the section of Israel that was called the southern kingdom, or the kingdom of Judah, Yehudah. Remember, because of King Solomon, David's son, who sinned so grievously against the Most High with all his wives and concubines, and in fact, he did turn away from the Most High because of all these women. He turned from the Most High and caused the nation of Israel to sin very grievously. So the Most High split the kingdom of Israel into 2 parts. One part called the kingdom of Israel, and one part called the kingdom of Judah. So you will find as you go into the book of the Kings and the Chronicles that the part that was called Israel, 10 tribes, they were scattered out of the land of Israel not too long after the death of Solomon and his son Rehoboam and King Jeroboam. Those kings made Israel to sin grievously. So the 10 tribes had gone into slavery into the land of Assyria, and in a while they said among themselves that they would leave that land and go to find a place where nobody was living. And we're told in the history of the Apocrypha, the part of the Bible that was taken out a little over 100 years ago, they took that part out, but we are told in there that they left the land where they were, in Syria. They went through the Euphrates River down to the east, went out down south, came and inhabited the lands of South America, North America, and Canada. That's right. The people that you know of or were told of that lived in the land of South America, all North America, and Canada were tribes of the children of Israel. You know the familiar name that you were told these people were. They used to call them Indians. And you see the movies where Indians are being slaughtered, shot down like flies by cowboys and the American white cavalry. Those are the children of Israel that were being shot like flies because of their rebellion in the land of Israel. The Most High allowed them to be overtaken. So they were being killed and slaughtered. And so in the last part of the slavery, the house of Judah, Yehudah, that was the last 3 tribes, consisting of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, these were left in the land of Israel to keep the land until the Messiah should be born, that he could do his sacrifice and pay for the sins of Israel and for the world to all of the Gentiles who would come unto him. But if you remember, the Father made a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And through Isaac, the seed, that is, the Messiah, would come. And the Messiah would come to be a sacrificial lamb of the Most High. You remember also that Israel was a nation that was given the systems of laws, the 10 Commandments, and the statutes, laws, and festivals they were to keep unto the Most High. And they were given in those laws a system of sacrifices, that if anyone sinned, they were to do these sacrifices, slaughter lambs and goats, pigeons and doves and so forth. These animal sacrifices were a system that the Most High used to cause them to come before him and to make an atonement for their sins. The Most High promised that this was as a part of the old covenant, that they should do the sacrifice unto him. But he promised that in the new covenant that he would send his son. He would send the word that was made flesh, according to the book of John 1, verse 14. He would send the word and make it flesh by joining it to the egg of the woman, Miriam, or Mary as you know her. And the Son of the Most High would be born from a virgin, and in time he would be sacrificed, killed, and be put in a tomb